All right, guys, what's up? It's Sam Logan here. We got Michael Nouri as well, my partner for the Nouri Developments in Belle Meade. And yeah, Michael, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Michael Nouri. Sam has come to my life the past 6 months, and he's trying to make everything to be younger, trendier, and more exciting. I like it.
And do you want to talk about how we first met? I think that was a pretty good story for people to hear, and kind of I don't know, shows like our relationship, I guess, or dynamic between us.
Interesting meeting. We had an appointment. You were supposed to show up at 12 o'clock. My assistant called me and said, "You just woke up and you're going to be late." I said, "Cancel it." And I don't want to see him. So she comes back to me and she said, "Well, he sent $500 Zelle to my account and asked me, please make it happen." I got quite intrigued to see who is this person who would do that. I said, "Okay, send the money back. Tell him to come and see me." You show up with a Rolls Royce, red interior, black Rolls Royce with a red interior, and with a pink top and a pink blanket because it was raining like crazy, running in here. And I found out that you're sending video of you traveling all the way from Fisher Island to the Belle Meade.
Well, Elena wanted proof that I was actually coming, so I was showing her, like, look, I'm on the way, guys, like, get ready. Yeah, so.
I didn't know that part, yeah.
Yep.
So I said, this guy is interesting. Who is he? So he came and sat with me, and I said, "Who the F are you?" I mean, and he started telling me about his family, who he is, and all that, and showed me a proof of fund.
Yep.
And I looked at, is that your phone or my phone?
I think it's you.
It's me? Let me turn that off, Okay. And you showed me your statement, and I looked at it. I said, "Well, okay, he can buy 5/6 of my home."
Yep.
With that number. So.
Yep.
And that was the start of our knowing each other.
Yeah. And then we went and spoke on the yacht for a little bit, because I didn't know you either, right? Like anyone, when you're giving someone a $22 million check, you're going to hear all these great things. And
22 and a half.
22.5 million, yeah. So,
Okay.
You told me about how you've done a smart home in like the 1980s, and I'm like, no one was doing that back then. And it was also called Alexander or something, right?
Yeah, in 1989, I built a smart house. Was quite advanced, and it was in LA Times extensively. Mayor Bradley of Los Angeles was in the opening of that house. And the house has a talking butler named Alexander. This is way before Alexa's inventor was born. And basically, the task of Alexander was to turn the lights on, to turn the water on, coffee, open the gate, answer the phone, and it had a voice that would reply back to you based on your command.
Yeah, so I looked into all that. It was all true. And then, we were seeing each other every 2-3 days, looking at like, all right, if we were to do this, how would the partnership look? And, every time I was there, someone would come in and you'd say, "Oh, that's so-and-so. I mentor them." I would see them later. They'd say, "Oh my God, Michael's changed my life in such a profound way." And I guess the proof was kind of there for me. So that's how this all came to be.
Well, the interesting part was that I said, "I will not sell you the home, and I would not work with you if you don't get your real estate license."
Yeah.
Because, and I really didn't think that you're that smart.
Yeah. I mean,
you got it in a month and a half?
1 month, but and you probably recall, you pulled me to the side right before and you said like, "Hey, no one needs to know if you take it and you fail. Don't tell anyone when you're taking it, because if you do fail, then," and I'm like, dude, I'm not going to tell my family, "Hey guys, I'm buying a $22 million house and I'm way into real estate now," and then go fail the exam. There's a 0% chance you have to worry about that. So
you did it. You got what, 96 out of it?
Yeah, 94.
94.
Yeah. So
that's very nice.
Yep. Yes.
What I like about our relationship, Sam, that I feel like you were looking for a purpose.
For
You know,
sure.
you were for many years in a reality show and dealing with girls, drinking, having a good time, and all that.
Yeah.
And you know, and realized that when your mom came to me and said, "Michael, thank you. You gave my son a purpose,"
Yeah, yeah.
and
She's
that was
the
the
best.
most beautiful thing I could hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like also, I don't know, I wouldn't really listen to anyone. I didn't, but you kind of just told me straight up, like, you're not dressing like this anymore. I don't know what this pink garment is, but, you got to get rid of that. The chain's got to go. And I listened pretty well.
And the next thing I know, you have all these clothes that you said to me. 11 o'clock at night, I'm seeing all his wardrobe that you're
Yeah.
buying. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know, it was cool. It was a quick change, and I'm definitely really happy with it. So,
Yeah, I'm just amazed how you have become and who you are today. And you know, you're a born businessman.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I also just kind of from like the corporate background I did have, I also am not that scared to tell you like, yo, listen, I don't think this is the best way to go about that.
Right.
And before you kind of were, I talked to you about like the price of land, like in terms of the ratio with how much the house is going to like cost or how much we're going to build into it or whatever, just like little stuff like that no one's probably ever like told you, you know what I mean? You should do this differently.
But you're very detailed. You always ask me why we get to this number, how we can do that, and you sometimes challenge me, and I like that. And I like that, and I challenge you.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's been great. And then I don't know, what else do you think would be cool to touch on? I think something cool that we're doing. Do you want to speak on like the global collection or?
I think you also inspired me on that global collection that we name each house and also give a spirit to the house.
Well, I'll
And
speak on that because
Yeah, go ahead.
I looked at 4 or 5 different properties or homes prior, and you walk in and the realtor says, hey, this home has the most expensive marble and it's the most expensive architect and it's the most expensive. It's the same thing for 5 houses straight. Then I get here and you're like, okay, the travertine is from a quarry in Turkey where the war happened in this year, and they just crazy detail and like a meaning to it. Like I knew where the house came from, like for real.
Right.
And I said, like, Michael, you're onto something with that. These need to be like, once you purchase the Turkey Nouri home, that's it. That's yours. No one else can have it. The next one's going to be, in our case, Japan. But the whole premise of it was it's something that you have, and that's it. It's a one of one, like a piece of art.
Yes, we are going. We don't want to talk about all our global collection right now. We talk about the next one that is becoming available in 45 days or so. Substantially will be completed.
That's another thing. You say 45 days. I did not believe you at all when you said how quickly you build, and nor did my dad. And then my parents came back and they were like, this is crazy. Like, I've never seen anything like it, like the speed at which you go. It's like, because I guess most builders don't have Roslana, right? She like chases the dude down who does the permitting.
No. That's not the only thing. We have our own crew. Basically, we work with the same people, and we have a very tight schedule. I don't call myself a builder. I call myself a creator.
An urban developer.
An urban developer. I don't build one house, and I don't build it for anyone individually. I build a house for myself, and then I put the spirit to it. I put my love to it, and then I sell it as what I like.
I kind of slow you down on certain things too, like how you said you did a few things in this house that cost millions of dollars. You said, I don't like it, rip it down and change it. So I think that'll be great for you to have like the 3D goggles to be able to walk through your homes.
Right.
Before it's a $2 million piece of concrete and then have to redo that part, So I think you're like just now hitting stride where you're seeing like this one has the crazy curb appeal. This one has that. This one like, is missing this. And I think your next houses are going to be like crazy.
But the next house we are doing, we are putting this constellation on the bridge that looks like the stars.
Yeah, it's very, very forward thinking. So,
Yeah, and also the entire bottom of the pool.
So you think that one, Japan, right, is going to be done?
Yeah, the next one is inspired by Japan. Yes.
And you want to talk about what else makes it Japan? We got the Zen garden going in there, right?
We have an indoor Zen garden that is in the middle of the house, and it's quite unique, and it's open to not only you see the bay from, let's say, the master bedroom, you also, to the right is a Zen garden, to the left is the bay.
Yeah.
So it's quite unique the way we were able to design it.
I really like as well how like, so just for you guys that don't know, there's a bedroom and then the garden and then a bedroom. So you can like look in and see the garden on the inside and then, but you can't see into the other room. It's one-way mirror, correct?
Right.
So like, I don't know if you've ever heard people when they say like, if you look up and see the star, then I can look at the same one and see it even though we're on different parts of the world. Like for a mom, I think it'll be so cool to know like her loved one or whatever is on the other side of the house. Like that home is like really like motherly to me for whatever reason. It feels like a cocoon, you know?
Yeah, well, we use feng shui architecture. And so we deal with the movement of sound. For that purpose, we have to make all the walls soundproof. You know, so we put that element into all our walls, especially with the high ceiling. You know, voice travels.
Yeah.
And we also, you know, another element, we work with water.
Yeah.
In the front, in the back.
Yeah.
and the
That one's
movement of
got
the
water from the second floor office too, right?
Yes.
Or I guess that's going to be like a rejuvenation room or something?
Well, it's like a gym, but I call it a revitalization.
Cool. That's
room.
going to be awesome.
Yes.
That whole trend is so in right now too.
It's got a whole water feature on one wall that comes down and highly advanced electronically, and the house is really the house of the future.
Then another thing I didn't know, because you were selling me a house, but you're not really a salesman, right? Yeah, I guess you were just more describing the house to me. Is you said your structures on your homes are so different from everyone else's, and you talked about the pilings going 90 feet into the ground, this, that, the other, and I didn't know if that were true or not, but getting my quote from my insurance company, they're like, oh, you don't need that much insurance. This thing is not going anywhere. So,
Well, it's not 90, our piling is not 90 feet into the ground, it's 38 feet you get to the rock here.
okay.
So, like this house of yours sitting on 188 piling system.
Yeah.
And including the pool. The whole thing is sitting up
Yeah.
12 feet NGVD. So if there is a hurricane, it's a good place to be.
Okay, cool, perfect.
And also your windows are able to take a wind of about 190 miles per hour. So it's a very secure place to be. I take a pride of building it that way.
Yeah, it's awesome. Again, another thing with your homes is like, I love each one you walk in. It's just so grand, and it feels like you're like opening a present. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but all the other homes I saw in Miami, it just, as crazy as this is to say, $20 million, you think you're going to walk in and it's going to feel like that at every home, and it just doesn't. Like this just, I don't know if I could ever live in another home, you know?
Yeah.
It's,
Well, I look at my home like a painting. And just because it's been approved and we have to build it certain way, that doesn't mean that's how we're going to build it. As it goes on, when I don't like something, I make a revision. Some of our homes go through 8 to 9 revision to get it to the perfection.
yeah. What did I say? I said like, it feels like a big block that was like chiseled out, like more so than a bunch of pieces put together.
That's
like,
how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there any other inspirations you kind of want to talk
Well, I
about?
think there are. I think we should put it for the next chapter. I think we should get our viewers to be
Okay.
excited to see us again.
All right, cool. So you want to just cap it there and leave it and
Cap it here.
to be continued?
To be continued, yes.
Okay, cool. And then, yeah, I guess we'll speak on the other houses in the next one.
Yeah, I like to talk about the largest one so far I'm building, which is over 14,000 square feet, called Mira Yas.
Okay, is that 73?
7,300, yes. And that is complete look of the downtown Miami and over the Biscayne Bay and all that. It's quite interesting
Awesome, cool.
structure, yeah.
And you want to talk about that next time?
I want to talk about that next time, yeah.
Cool, awesome. Well, that was good. If there's anything else, but if not, see you guys next time.